And I remember the mood in the country in 2003, January. We were ranked, there was
the happiest nation in the world.
Happiest nation,
yes.
most optimistic nation in the world. Because that is a time the new government poured in millions of kids into free primary education. And then Mwai Kibaki opened...
liberalizing the economy.
Liberalized the economy. Worked on interest rates with banks.
Yes.
So you saw all these tents in the streets, banks appealing for people to come, go and borrow.
The interest rates were down.
And I remember that is the time that these stalls really thrived.
Yeah.
You know, these stalls where...
Market stalls.
Stalls behind where I later worked. There are many stalls that came up because of access to credit. That's what my Kibaki did. But that generation, again, missed the point. Within a few months, they were fighting for power along ethnic lines, where now we suddenly had the homeboys coming to take over the space. So in place of the likes of Mudi Awori, who was then one of the ministers, he was minister in charge of, he was Minister of Home.
Skibidi toilet has arrived. New Skibidi toilet option.
Aged out. Yes. And we've watched this experiment start and end in futility. I think it's time even the older generation of politicians just accept that this ethnic formula to running a national...
must come to an end.
It has to come to an end because, first of all, it doesn't work.
Correct.
Those around my Kibaki tried it in 2003, immediately after, and you remember where it went. We've seen the subsequent governments also applying the same script, where you define government almost by the region of the presidency. Worse than that. In 2013, you have two young leaders, complete in white shirts and red ties, energetic, folded arms, but rallying the country, but as they are communities first, and then the country.
And the country first. Okay.
These are some of the tragedies that we have gone through, Yvonne, and the point I'm trying to make to Franklin's point is these generations keep missing the turning point. 03 was a real turning point. Mwai Kibaki and his team should have realized this is not about region, it's not even about them, it's about some big moment. And I remember that moment, Yvonne, was described as if you missed the independence celebrations in 1963, then 2002 was your moment. Right. How come these guys always take us to the tip of the mountain?
Almost.
No, we reach there, and then the drop is really quick, fast, and painful.
Could I? Yes, I'd like us to just hold for a moment because this is intriguing conversations. I just need to take this live update, and we shall be joined by Javas Bigambo. By the way, he's here in case you saw him. He will be joining this conversation in a moment. But first, I want us to speak to Stephen Leto, who is live from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport with that delegation that is now heading to India at this moment. Stephen, good afternoon. Tell us about, we're seeing, yes, there you are, live. Tell us about the arrangements, the preparations that are taking place, and, who's there in the room with you?
Well, just as was directed by President William Ruto, through his proclamation that a team led by Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi jets out of the country immediately to go and join other government officials in India for the repatriation of the remains of Raila Odinga. Already we are here at the JKIA, where several leaders have already here ready to take off. We've seen Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi. We've seen the governor for Kisumu, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, the governor for Migori as well, Ochilo Ayako, leaders of Parliament, Junet Mohammed, as well as majority leader of the National Assembly. ready for that. We've also seen ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna also leading the ODM wing, of course, with Migori Senator Edio Kech. Maybe just as a senator, maybe just speak to us about what are we expecting here and what time is the delegation leaving?
Yeah, first of all, I want to take this opportunity to say pole to the entire ODM fraternity, to the family of late Raila Odinga, our leader and our father. I want to also apologize to the members of ODM and the country in general for the delay in the morning, because this news was broken by other media before we could do that. We had to wait for the head of state to make that announcement officially, because Raila Odinga was not just a leader of ODM, he was a statesman and a Pan-Africanist, and the entire country is concerned about his welfare. His elder brother, the Honorable Oburu Odinga, was up country, and we had to wait for him to come to Nairobi so that that announcement could be made in the presence of the family. So it was not intentional. It is just something that happened very unexpectedly, because if you talk to many of these leaders in ODM and those who knew Mzee, some of us spoke to him as late as yesterday and he was okay. So we really didn't expect this, but we are taking it in stride as a leadership, especially in Nairobi. We would want to plead with our supporters. We know how much you love Mzee. We know that there will be a pouring of love, but when we came from the current home, it has been overrun and overwhelmed. The space there simply cannot accommodate all the people who want to come and condole and to say pole. I want to make a very special request, both as a leader in Nairobi and the SG of ODM. Our people must now stop going to Mama Ida's house, because she's there alone and she's overwhelmed. We understand the love, and in fact the discussion amongst the leadership is that we need to set up some points for people who would want to mourn Mzee. It doesn't necessarily have to be Karen. We want to ask as well that everybody maintains peace. You should ask yourself before you do anything, what Mzee would have wanted, wherever he is right now, what would make him smile and proud of you in this particular moment in time. There is no point in causing any mayhem, disrupting traffic, or indeed attacking anybody's businesses. This is not what Mzee would have wanted. We are here as a leadership. As you heard the president announce, there has been arrangements that have been made for a few of us to travel so that we bring Mzee back home. We expect that we will be leaving any time now, because they had indicated that the flight would leave at 4:30. So that's why we're here later, and I am happy that you're here with us just to document all of this, and we say pole to the entire country and the entire world. Also apologies to all the people, all the leaders across the country, our chairmen, our youth leaders, our women leaders who've been calling from morning. We have explained the reason why we were not able to answer all of your questions and all of your texts and all of your calls, is because the protocols around a man as great as Raila do not allow us to answer you immediately. But once the president has spoken, the news is out there, and the family had to be given the lead on this, then the rest of us can be able to answer some of the questions that you have for us.
Thank you. Of course, that's the team that is here at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, just ready to leave the country for India to go and have facilitation for the repatriation of Raila Odinga's remains. Of course, we have several cabinet secretary, the cabinet secretary for the mining, Joho. There we have the cabinet secretary for interior, Kipchumba Murkomen, who is also joining his team. Is also part of the delegation that will be leaving, and so that is just particularly seeing the governor for Kisumu, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. If we could just get just to see him to just say a word. Prof. Governor, thank you for being here. Just speak to us about what are the plans now going forward in terms of what time is this team leaving?
I think there was somebody in charge of that, not me. Sifuna.
Sifuna has spoken to us even as we...
I thought you have told them the order.
Yes, I've spoken of...
that is okay.
Okay. There you have it. We will be keeping an eye to see how things will be from this end, what time they'll be leaving. We have a delegation of more than 30 people who are leaving, both from the government also and the county governors who are here. And so Yvonne will just, of course, be keeping you posted and update you on, even as the team gets to India, when will the body of Raila Odinga be brought into the country. Yvonne.
Thank you, Stephen Leto, live from the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, where a team of more than 30, both from government, cabinet secretaries, principal secretaries, governors, and members of the ODM party, leaders in the National Assembly, as well as members of the family who are leaving for India today. Those pictures live from the lounge at the JKI. That is Senate Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah. And we see the CEO of Kenya Airways, Alan Kilavuka, there, perhaps helping with the logistics of how to get them to India. They leave today, following that announcement and the presidential proclamation that came this afternoon regarding the passing of Raila Amolo Odinga, former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya and ODM party leader as well. We'll continue to update you on the team that is going, what the plans are, and indeed when Raila Odinga returns to the country and his remains. You see there Governor of Nairobi County, Johnson Sakaja, as well as other leaders. And that's Governor Ochilo Ayako, I believe, of Migori County, that we can see on our screens, and of course the governor as well of Kilifi County, and many others who are here, who are set to depart the country later today. The tributes continue to pour in following the passing of Raila Amolo Odinga, and I want to just take you through some of them. Let's see the reactions from various Kenyans and world leaders. This one is from the former Cabinet Secretary Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i, who says, "It is with profound sorrow that I've learned of the passing of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, a statesman, a patriot, and an enduring icon of our nation's second liberation. His life was a living testimony to courage, sacrifice, and an unyielding belief in the sovereignty and dignity of the Kenyan people." He continues to say that through decades of struggle and public service, he stood unbowed in his conviction that freedom, democracy, and justice must be the pillars of our republic. His vision and resilience helped shape the conscience of our nation and inspired generations to believe in the promise of a fair and democratic Kenya. We have, it goes on to say, and maybe I'll just read the last sentence here. He says, "It is difficult to say more than this, as I, like many, struggle to come to terms with this heartbreaking loss." That is former CS Interior, Dr. Fred Matiang'i. And now from Dr. Isaac Kalua Green, who says, "Raila Odinga chose the forest over politics and the people over power. His courage will forever green our nation." Let's take a look at another tribute. This one is from the governor of Uasin Gishu County, Dr. Jonathan B., who says, "Kenya has lost an icon, an enigma, and a statesman whose vision and courage helped shape the destiny of our nation. The former Premier, Right Honorable Raila Odinga, dedicated his life to the pursuit of justice, democracy, and unity. On behalf of the people of Uasin Gishu County, I extend my deepest condolences to Mama Ida Odinga, the family, and all Kenyans as we mourn this great leader." We'll continue to share some more tributes. I think we can do one more. And then come back here. And this one is from Professor Anyang' Nyong'o, Governor of Kisumu. Says, "A powerful man has just rested, a lion has returned to the mountain, the storm has stilled, but the thunder of his footsteps will echo for generations." Let me read the third paragraph here. "Raila was never just a politician, he was a movement, a rhythm in our national heartbeat, a voice that thundered in parliament, whispered in prison cells, and sang from the streets of Kibra to the hearts of millions. His was a life poured out fully, completely, in service of a better Kenya. And you know, he pays a long tribute to Raila Odinga. I believe we can just get the next one and then just read the last. Okay, so let's go to Governor of Mombasa, Abdul Somad Nasir, who says, His Excellency Raila Odinga's dream of a Kenya where every child, regardless of birthplace or background, could walk tall and proud must now become our collective mission. May he rest in peace. And of course, more tributes. We'll continue to share those with you as we go along. Maybe we can read this last one from Cabinet Secretary, Mining and Blue Economy, who is at the JKI as we speak. The pictures we've just shown you. But this is what the Cabinet Secretary, Hassan Ali Joho, says. He says, my heart is heavy beyond words. The passing of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga has left a void, one that is difficult to articulate. He was not merely my party leader or a respected elder. He was so much more, a mentor, a guide, and a father figure. From as far back as 2004, when I was still finding my footing in politics, Baba held my hand. When no one knew who Hassan Joho was, he saw something in me that I couldn't yet see in myself. Let me read the last paragraph here. Under his mentorship, I learned that politics was not about power or fame. It was about people, about justice, and about standing firm, even when the storms rage. I'd like us to pause there for a minute. We'll come back to some more tributes. And Ali Hassan Joho, who's the Cabinet Secretary, is among those that you see here at the JKI, ready to depart for India. At this point, I want to bring in Javas Bigambo. And just, you know, let our viewers know that Linus Kaikai, who's the editorial director here at Royal Media Services, has taken a break. Work must continue work calls, but we thank him for being with us live from the morning when this news broke. Javas Bigambo is here with us. Javas, what are your reflections? Many people from the tributes we see, I think I've picked out quite a few words. Justice, democracy. What is your reaction to this loss? What's your tribute? What are your reflections at this time?
Well, thank you, Yvonne. We are meeting at a time of profound sadness as a country, when the cloud of sorrow is hanging above the skies of the nation. And as we recall the times and the life of Honorable Raila Odinga, there are too many things that we can say about him, but really no one can say anything that is absolutely new about this man. And the proclamation by the president that is now in circulation captures so much about how enigmatic Honorable Raila Odinga was. He believed in the spirit of the commons. He fought for the common mwananchi, and he stood with them. And we can see that all the times, whether it's political rallies, the kind of political formations, whether it is the protests that the party or the coalitions that he led, fought for issues, they were driven by common people who were willing to sacrifice anything for Raila Odinga because he stood with them and for them. And then when you look at something that I find very unique and rare, just as the discussion that you are having in the earlier discussions here, I think one thing that Honorable Raila Odinga has deprived us of in his untimely death is that he has died without sharing with us a formula on how he has managed to stay on the political scene and very relevant for so long. Look, Yvonne, imagine of the 5 presidents that Kenya has had since independence, Honorable Raila Odinga has worked with 4 directly, that initially they were political nemesis, but ended up forging strong alliances and friendships to take the country forward. It is a unique tact and skill that is incomparable and only Honorable Raila Odinga has had. And even the distinguished leaders sitting on this panel who have worked with him directly, they'll say that beneath that grand tree that Honorable Raila Odinga is or has been, there is so much that we can learn from him. Everybody has got something to learn from Raila Odinga, from the spirit of sacrifice, the spirit of putting the country first. He was an incomparable patriot. And even in the most recent statements that he proclaimed, he said that he could not stand still and see a country collapse for political reasons. And for me, the critical issues that I pick from the life and times of Honorable Raila Odinga is, what is it that then, to the memory of this great gallant son of Kenya, who was the sentinel of Kenya's democracy, what can we do to continue putting the country first, to save the country, to save our democracy, but above all, to make sure that issues or the pillars of good governance become endemic and critical issues within what political parties stand for, what political leaders stand for and fight for. Honorable Raila Odinga, also another thing is that he never kept enmity with people. Look, he faced off with the late President Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. After that, they formed strong friendship. He faced off with the Honorable Mwai Kibaki. You remember even the 2005 referendum. And after that, after the post-election malaise of 2007, he forged a grand coalition government of great sacrifices on both sides with the Honorable Mwai Kibaki. He faced off with the Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. Later on, we saw on the 9th of March at the steps of Harambee House, them having a great handshake that reshaped the political scenes in the country. Again, he faced off with the Honorable President William Ruto in 2022. And then again, he has died when they are calling each other brother, standing shoulder to shoulder and taking the country forward. And I think from all this, on this day of darkness, on this day of history, I can say that Honorable Raila Odinga will have a great place in memory than even what some of his opponents, enemies, etc., have had to say of him. In closing, I would say, Yvonne, I'm a bit distraught by what I've seen as I've scanned the social media space.
What am I hearing again about
There are
Kimani?
individuals, for example, who are celebrating Honorable Raila Odinga's death because of the political decisions that Raila took.
Journalist wa Citizen
And I
ule
think
Kimani
time
Mbugua
has come and
mwenye
indeed
mlijaribu kuchangia sana
must
sana anarudi
stir
pale
our
ria hapo nini
consciousness
nini.
as a country.
Kimani Mbugua
The conscience of a
amededi,
nation
so
that
it's a double tragedy in
decisions
Kenya.
made by a political
So
party or a
to the
political
two
leader
families, familia
should
Raila na
not make
familia ya
people
Kimani Mbugua.
to lose
Kama unakumbuka huyu kijana
the
mwenye alikuwa
humanness in
mwanahabari.
them
Yes,
to a point of
ameondokea kisonga
celebrating
mbele sana. So
the
so
death
sorry
of
to
a
the
leader
family.
such as Honorable Raila Odinga.
We hope that God
Something that also
intervene.
happened when
Ashikilie
the
roho
son
zao,
of
but that is
Member of
what it
Parliament,
is. It has happened.
Bitu Selachi, died.
Yo, Kenya ni aje,
I
apart
think we
from
must
Raila Amolo.
summon not just our courage, but our humanness as a country. And in these many days that are going to follow, as we celebrate this great patriot, it is time for us to say that we can do better by living through the example and the life of Honorable Raila Odinga.
Some interesting reflections there as we continue with our live coverage. Of course, you know, and just a reminder, maybe you could comment on this one.
Hello everybody, Kimani Mbugua here, Mr. Former Many Things. Now, I want to come back to you and say thank you for all the support and all the love.
We saw
especially here
President William Ruto go to Karen, spend time with the family, and you know, and moan and condole with the wife of Raila Odinga, Ida Odinga, the family, the brother, and others there. You know, when everybody was waiting on that, and you know, they all knew that it was the presidential proclamation that the country was waiting for. This is an interesting thing to see and perhaps witness. Your reflections on that moment that he first had to go and condole with them before even making this a public presidential proclamation.
Guys!
That we're talking about here today, Franklin?
Oh. I was just thinking, and I was heavy in thought about this man.
0727.
When you think around him, you find he was a patriot,
27.
he was a nationalist,
550.
and he was a person committed
582.
to the well-being and the welfare of this country. And he would go to any length to make sure that what he had in mind and that would benefit the country would go through The colleague on this bench has explained very well about this man. But if you allow me, I can touch on how I saw him as the chair of the election. And I'm hoping I'm not off your question. Yeah. When we were organizing the election, it turned out wanted to be the governor, and he had placed his promise to the party. Rasanga was also interested, but Oburu was trying to ask him to be his running mate, and it was creating a huge problem for the public in Siaya. It was also raising the aspect of must it be an Odinga, must it be a person from the Odinga family? And that generated a meeting for the election board, and it was such a big issue. And when it was decided late at night that Oburu, the brother, had to be asked to stand aside, to stay from contesting that seat. Me, I looked at Raila. I was the chair, so I looked at Raila, he was sitting on my right. I looked at him again and asked myself, what will this man say? And everybody in the room was saying Oburu to leave running. And Raila is here. That is the brother who is being asked to leave.
And his elder brother?
Yes.
That, yeah?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
And he looked at me and he said, Franklin, the committee has decided, and it has got to be done. Now, what flashed into my mind very quickly is, how will this be done? Who will do the announcement? This is my boss. Raila is my party leader.
Yes.
And he's asking me to go and tell off the brother. I had to take that courage. Not everybody was happy with it. I had to take that courage. But what impressed me was Raila Odinga said, yes, I agree, Oburu, stay away. And Oburu was also there, by the way. And he had the brother saying so. And he agreed. And to save me now from that fear, Oburu said, Franklin, you go and do it. The party leader should not do it. You go and do it. Yvonne, it was it Acula's task? Gigantic. And I don't know what happened with the boys. Like again, our friend Dinas was here, he was saying, he didn't know how people got to know that Raila was involved in something, and they would come all over and fill that place. Yeah. Raila did not tell me anything about where to go and do the statement. Yeah. But I whispered to him and he told me, go to Serena. When I arrived, Senator, at Serena,
yes,
Serena was full of boys.
Yes.
And they were ready to swallow me.
Yes, and you were very brave.
And they were, yes. I said, wow, this thing is going to be tough.
Yeah.
But what Raila told me carried me through.
Yeah.
It energized me. It gave me courage to go before those cameras and make the announcement that Rasanga now would be the candidate for Governor Siaya. So that was Raila. He was willing to set aside family ties, yes, family connections in the national interest, in the wider interest. So that is the man all the time whom I saw.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And we will continue with many of those. I want to take us to Opoda Farm in Siaya, in Bondo, where Sam Gituku is on standby. And Sam continuing to just speak to many people there, who have gathered to pay their tributes. Sam?
Right, Yvonne, we continue to listen to different people that are coming here and, of course, witnessing the unfolding of events. A few hours ago, we've seen the installation of the portrait of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga for the mourners to come here, pay their respects, and, of course, to take a moment to remember whom he was, to reflect on his leadership. And right now, I want to speak to a few people here who've been in the leadership of the community of the Luo. They're here to also pay their tributes. Let me start by speaking to Maurice, who is one of the leaders in the Council of Elders of the Luo community. Talk to us about your thoughts this afternoon.
Okay. I'm Maurice Olo, the chairman of Luo Council of Elders and the brother of the late Raila Amolo Odinga. Today is a sad day for us as the Jamii from Sakwa and Kenya as a whole. We mourn the hero of Luo community and Kenya as a whole. It is a sad day for us all. So I'm just request the community and Kenya as a whole to remain peaceful during the time we mourn our leader. Thank you.
All right, Yvonne, I'm also with Sylvester here, who is also a leader of the community. Talk to us about your thoughts this afternoon.
Yes, I'm Sylvester Fuenowich, Chairman Sakwa East Africa Elders Forum. We are very much affected and bereaved. We got the information in the morning, but at this particular time, we don't have much to say, but we are mourning. I'm only asking for peace during this time when we are preparing for his last ceremony. We call it harusi yake ya mwisho. Otherwise, at this particular time, at this moment, I don't have much to say. Okay. So I'm only asking for our people to be very peaceful as we prepare for the arrival of the body. Okay. Yes, in Nairobi.
All right, let's now speak to the deputy chair of the Luo community, James Ayaga. Your thoughts?
I'm James Ayaga Oleng. I'm the deputy chair of the Luo community. Care is just like a king. And the late Jacom was the patron of the Luo community.
Hawa viongozi unaoona,
I came in
mmoja wao anaenda kufa mashuhuri. Atakapokufa itawekwa kwa gazeti, magazeti itakuwa kilio
of the Luos to be calm. Let them be peaceful.
Kuna nyingine niko nayo siwezi nikawaambia. Nikiwaambia sitalala.
That could have been the end of him. So what remains now is for us, all of us, both the youth, the all those people now must
I told you, if one is a real servant of God,
the party has left.
Let him give the prophecy boldly and let us wait.
But the time we are mourning
Pastor, do you know that
the late hero,
yes.
Let us be very peaceful.
Hey.
Let us welcome visitors. I come from around here, and so it's my role now to warn the late.
Kuna ile ambayo imepita bila kutimia.
Otherwise,
hii pia nimewaambia kwa viongozi wakubwa. Mimi nimeiweka hivyo, lakini ningekuambia kwa fulani, lakini kwa sababu siwezi nikawaambia direct.
Sorry, Keras come. Can you
okay, I'm advised that
na itawekwa kwa gazeti and it will be very painful and it will shock the whole country. Watu watawaiamini. Hata hakuna mtu ataandamana, mtabaki tu. And it is coming to pass. Kwa nini unaongea in Proverbs? In Proverbs? Nobody can believe that. If you could believe what I said, you better believe what I say now. But if you could not believe what I said, how can you believe this? If what I said never came to pass, don't believe this. If it came to pass, be very careful with this. It is coming.
Hata ikiwezekana ibadilishwe kutoka kwa
Kenya iitwe Raila Odinga. Hii nchi zote badilishwe kwa sababu amekuwa kiunganisha hii nchi. Kwa hivyo nchi
agombe piny.
If you die, there's nothing to fear.
Yvonne, I'm advised this is the care of the Luo community. Perhaps you can speak to us about your thoughts this afternoon on the passing of Raila Odinga.
Yes. Now, we are very sad as Luo land, and I'm sure the whole country is very sad because Raila of the government running this country. He worked with Moi, he worked with Uhuru, he worked with Kibaki, and now he's working with Ruto. Raila is the measure. He's been making the governments, all governments that come, steady. So we really mourn our hero. He is the man who has been doing everything for us the Luo and for Kenyans. Pole sana for the family, especially the Mama Ida Odinga and all the members of the family.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ajiki Ondu, Ajiki Kodiam.
All right, Yvonne, let's speak to the leader here. Talk to us and your thoughts this afternoon.
Today is a very sad day for the whole Luo community and the world at large. To imagine, not to say, to imagine Raila Odinga is dead, to me, I'm the saddest person ever lived. Jaramogi died, I never shed tears. When I got the first information in the morning, at around 7, I shed tears. And even now, I'm shedding tears. Raila Amolo Odinga, Unyalego, is a wonderful character. I knew Raila when he was about 5 years old. Up to date, I'm saying Raila will not see me again, and I shall not see Raila. It is a big shame to me. I'm asking Luo community to be very, very much peaceful.
Because you either go to heaven
during the
or to hell.
Of this trying moment.
If you go to heaven, there's nothing to worry about.
When we are mourning Raila.
You'll be okay. Even if you go to hell, there's nothing to worry about. You'll find so many of your friends.
Even other communities. Particularly Uganda, Tanzania, to become when they are also mourning Raila. I'm asking our leaders, particularly governors, MPs,
fellow citizens, it is
and ministers
that
to come around and mourn Raila as their kingpin in the Luo community. I don't have more to say. I'm saying goodbye, my best friend. Mean that me as Odunga of Luo Care and Raila Odinga, we knew so many good things. When Jaramogi died, he handed over Raila to me. And I don't know who is also coming. It's a big sorry. Sorry to Mama Ida, Genyethinde Duto. Thank you very much. Particularly, Bondo people, Siaya Kababa, you have lost a wonderful character. We shall not get anybody like Raila's Kalama. May God rest in soul in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That's the care of the Luo community so to speak, as a king of the Luo community, speak to us about his thoughts and, of course, his message to the family of Ida Odinga. And Yvonne, around us, lots of people that have come here to witness the passing of the former Prime Minister, many of them expressing themselves. You will hear the cries from afar, just mourning how best they know, and of course having to deal with the deep emotion of such a loss. Of course, we stay here to look out for more mourners who come here to express themselves, and we'll be sure to bring you that, Yvonne.
Thank you very much, Sam Gitoku, live from Opoda Farm, speaking with a host of residents of Bondo and as well the Kerr, who is the chairman of the Luo Council of Elders, Odungi Randa, who of course paid his tributes to a man he knew quite well. Those tributes, many people continue to just come to terms and, you know, in their own way, people who've known him personally, people who've known him politically, leaders around the world, and, you know, many citizens who've experienced Raila in one way or another. Just